Welcome to Mediocre Main Character. I'm playing Matches Matrimony, a Pride and Prejudice tale. Captain watched in horror as Lydianne jumped and was not able to catch her, so she fell lifeless to the street. However, my lack of willpower silenced me. But I can't believe it. We killed our sister by not having enough willpower. This game is diabolical. My God. That's great. But I can't get over the fact that our sister is dead. So let's go back and right that horrible wrong. Okay, I'm back. I built up my willpower. We're trying again. Captain Wentworth moved as if to immediately go in search of a surgeon. I wondered if he, being less familiar with London, was the right man to go. Yeah, we will send Colonel Brandon for a surgeon instead. Would it not be better if it were Colonel Brandon? He spent time in town. He might know where a surgeon is to be found. Colonel Brandon agreed and sped away, but our situation seemed more dire by the moment. Mediocre, mediocre, what is to be done next? What in heaven's name is to be done next? Had she not better be carried to the house? Yes, I'm sure. Carry her gently to the house. I'll carry her myself. We arrived at the house just as Colonel Brandon miraculously appeared with the surgeon. The surgeon was with Lydianne some time before sending Colonel Brandon to give us word. You kept your head, mediocre, as you always do. I'm thankful to you. Yeah, we just know what to do in a sticky situation. He has attended to her to the best of his ability. Good. He spoke cheerfully. I think we're very fortunate. Thank the Lord. Time to bring Mom to London! We must be decided and without the loss of another minute. Every minute is valuable. Someone must resolve on being off for Longbourn instantly. I feel I should stay. Yeah, let's get a nurse. I had hoped that I might play a further part in Captain Wentworth's plans to care for my sister. But I don't have enough kindness! Another twist? There are so many twists in this game, oh my god! You know, I was so naive. I thought I could just bash this video out. I thought it'll be 10 minutes tops. Okay, let's see what happens now. We're not kind enough to take care of our own sister. What next? What next? So we get a maid as her nurse. The ordeal of the day had left everyone completely exhausted. But I thought on more Captain Wentworth than of myself. That's nice. At least, you know, we are rekindling our feelings for him. Chapter 13. Anne does not recover. Oh, hey, Jade. There's a ball? Okay, we got so caught up in all this, we didn't even realize that people party back in the day, too. So, party time. Captain Wentworth did not immediately answer, looking still drawn out in his last thought, and scarcely aware that he'd been asked anything at all. I shall go. You will attend the ball? While your sister remains confined to her bed? Right. We're not kind enough. We're still not kind enough! And I don't think we're gonna get with Wentworth unless we build up our kindness. I really don't think it's gonna happen. Okay, I built up my kindness and we're back. It's settled, Colonel Brandon. You stay and I retrieve Mrs. Bennet. Great. But as to who should care for Lydianne, I think it should be mediocre. There's no one so proper, so capable as mediocre. You'll stay, I'm sure. You'll stay and nurse her. Captain Wentworth spoke with a glow, and yet a gentleness which seemed almost restoring the past. Of course I will. Of course we will. It's her sister. God. Captain Wentworth quickly left to retrieve my mother, but the warmth of his person seemed to linger in the room. Oh, that's so nice. We're falling back in love with Captain Wentworth. I could feel his love returning to me. Ah, yeah. He's tired, but so concerned and dedicated. Yep, goodness of being and greatness of character. This Captain Wentworth sure is an upstanding citizen. Oh, he's a good guy. Okay. Caring for Lydiane. I nursed Lydiane the whole of the day. That's so nice. I was pleased to see Lydiane's spirits and health steadying today. Oh, she's making great progress. Today, Lydiane seemed much improved, and I'm certain she will soon be recovered. A man does not recover. Lydiane kept to her room, though she was recovering well. Oh, good. We'll be home in 2 weeks. Mother had been brought into town by Captain Wentworth and had spent many long hours complaining over the horror of the situation, but very little time being of much use. I could have told you that, okay? Mrs. Bennet is not helpful. She's just a drama queen. Colonel Brandon had visited often, and perhaps to avoid Mother's conversation, he had spent his time with Lydiane, which had the curious effect of creating an attachment between the two of them. I can see that. I can see that. Because Lydiane is very much like Marianne. She's like Lydia from Pride and Prejudice and Marianne from Sense and Sensibility. I can't believe I only just got that. Damn! Of course! She's perfect for Colonel Brandon. Lydiane had become quite a bit more reserved since regaining consciousness, and one could only deduce that the experience had given her reason to reevaluate how to live her life. Maybe she won't be so silly. Hello, mediocre. How was your sister today? Much improved. She's not yet taking short walks, but I think she shall soon. When you had the presence of mind to suggest that Colonel Brandon would be the best person to fetch a surgeon, you could have had little idea of his being eventually one of the most concerned in her recovery. That's so true. There seems to be good that can be found in every evil situation. I should hope it would be a very happy match. There are on both sides good principles and good temper, but there ends the resemblance. They will have no difficulties to contend with at home. No opposition, no caprice, no delays. Yeah. Bert stopped speaking as sudden recollection seemed to occur, and to give him some taste of that same emotion, which I could feel reddening my cheeks. I confess that I do consider his attaching himself to her with some surprise. Had it been the effect of gratitude? Had he learned to love her because he believed her to be preferring him? It would have been another thing. Perfectly spontaneous, untaught feeling. His heart had been previously pierced, wounded, almost broken from his first attachment that ended so cruelly. A man does not recover from such a devotion of the heart. Are you talking about Colonel Brandon, or are you talking about yourself, Captain? He ought not. He does not. The words spilled from his mouth in an agitated voice, yet I was struck, gratified, and confused. Yeah, his love for me. I should not torture myself so by coming here. However, I feel too deeply concerned in the mishap to be soon at peace. Lydiane's fall was my doing, solely mine. She would not have been obstinate enough to jump if I had not been that weak. Hi, Jane. Captain Wentworth, it's good to see you. Shall you be attending the ball tonight? Yeah. Read the room, Jane. She's your sister, too. And you're the kind one. I'm going to be staying with my sister, thank you very much. There are many balls, but I have one sister. I shall check in on her later. Though he didn't say anything to me specifically, Captain Wentworth's gaze rested on me as he turned to leave the room. There was a pureness of desire in the look. Wow, that seemed to cover my body and fill my soul. Might there be a chance for them yet? That's so good. I'm glad we're taking care of our sister. One might think that going to the ball, certainly the thing I initially had wanted to do, would have been the more fulfilling endeavor. However, it was not in focusing solely on myself that my happiness usually came. Yes, so we are enjoying taking care of Lydia Ann, and as a bonus little perk, we have the unexpected effect of enjoying Captain Wentworth's company, and return of the expression of love in his eyes that we once shared so freely. We got back our energy because we're happy. I have never seen the bar go this high. He loves us, like loves us. When hope is gone. I was joined in the morning by a familiar pair as both Captain Wentworth and Colonel Brandon came to call. Captain Wentworth took his usual place waiting in the parlor, and after checking on Lydia Ann's improving health, expressed a desire to write a letter to update my father on Lydia Ann's condition. That's so nice. He quickly went to it. He moved to a comfortable desk and, nearly turning his back to me, sat clearly engrossed by his writing. What's up, Colonel? I think you may have some surprise in my heart's turn towards your sister. I believe you know enough of me to have knowledge of my previous regard for a Miss Eliza. I loved her with all my heart. Do you believe so? If what I know is true, I believe her love for you was so great that the matchmaking had forced her to another burst her heart and ruined her life. Damn! Her life was certainly ruined. The end she met was unbearable. I'm gonna say Eliza would have never forgotten her feelings for you. It would not be the nature of any woman who truly loved. Do you claim that for your sex? Yes, we certainly do not forget you as soon as you forget us. It is perhaps our fate rather than our merit. We cannot help ourselves. We live at home, quiet and confined, and our feelings prey upon us. You are forced on exertion. You have always a profession, pursuits, business of some sort or the other, to take you back into the world where continual occupation causes emotions of the heart to be forgotten with time. That might be true, like from instances from the past, but I don't think it's really that case anymore because of this reason. If you have other diversions, other priorities, you're not going to be thinking and overthinking and thinking and overthinking, right? Yeah, no man and woman win probably. All histories are against you, all stories, prose and verse. Wow. Colonel Brandon thinks women are fickle and unfaithful. Yeah, they are written by men, most of them actually. Men have had every advantage of telling us in their own story. I will not allow books to prove anything. That's so ironic. We never can expect to prove anything upon such a point. It's a difference of opinion which does not admit of proof. Wow. Colonel Brandon, calm down. Can't we just admit that people in love feel pain at loss? Like, agree to disagree, bro. If I could explain to you all this and all that a man can bear and do and glories to do for the sake of these treasures of his existence. Wow. God forbid that I should undervalue the warm and faithful feelings of any of my fellow creatures. I believe you equal to every important exertion and to every domestic forbearance. While the woman you love lives and lives for you, all the privilege I claim for my own sex is that of loving longest when existence or hope is gone. He's gonna make a really good brother-in-law. I have finished my letter and will post it. Oh, I forgot about you. Oh yeah, he was in the room. He probably heard this whole conversation. It's a good thing, right? Let me think. What did we talk about? We talked about how, okay, so Colonel Brandon's theory is that women are fickle, and we said that's not true. In fact, when a woman loves, she loves for a lifetime, and it takes a lot for us to forget, right? That's a good thing. So Captain Wentworth should get it through his skull that we still love him. I was disappointed that Captain Wentworth was leaving before we had a chance to speak to him, but if he's gotta go, he's gotta go. Mindlessly, I wandered to the desk where Captain Wentworth had been writing, when I heard footsteps of someone returning to the room. Oh, forgot your gloves, eh? He immediately crossed the room to the writing table he'd been sitting at earlier, where he drew out a letter from under the scattered paper and placed it down on top of the table. Wait, what? Wait, he was writing a letter to our dad, right? The letter with a direction hardly legible was addressed to Miss Mediocre. While supposed to be writing only to my father, he had also been addressing me. At a moment, all of my hopes rushed together. On the contents of that letter depended all of which this world could do for me. Sinking into the chair which he had occupied, succeeding to the very spot where he had leaned and written, my eyes devoured the following words. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is he going to propose by letter? I can listen no longer in silence. I must speak to you by such means as are within my reach. You pierce my soul. I'm half agony, half hope. Tell me not that I am too late, that such precious feelings are gone forever. I offer myself to you again with a heart even more your own than when you almost broke it 4 years and a half ago. Dare not say that man forgets sooner than woman, that his love has an earlier death. I have loved none but you. Unjust I may have been, weak and resentful I have been, but never inconstant. You alone have brought me to London. For you alone I think and plan. Have you not seen this? Can you fail to have understood my wishes? I had not waited even these 10 days, could I have read your feelings, as I think you must have penetrated mine. I am every instant hearing something which overpowers me. You sink your voice, but I can distinguish the tones of that voice when they would be lost on others. Too good, too excellent creature. You do us justice indeed. You do believe that there is true attachment and constancy among men. Believe it to be most fervent, most undeviating in F.W. Frederick Wentworth. I must go, uncertain of my fate, but I shall return hither, or follow your party as soon as possible. A word, a look will be enough to decide whether I enter your aunt's house this evening or never. Wow, what a letter! Boy, oh boy, my God, that was so romantic. Like really prim and proper, but romantic. Wow! Wow! Such a letter was not soon to be recovered from. Half an hour's solitude and reflection might have tranquilized me, but only minutes passed before I was interrupted. Oh, Lady Anne's good. Are you okay? Yeah, just a little warm in here. I think I shall go for a walk. Yeah, we're too proper in this gameplay, so we'll go with Colonel Brandon. Reaching the street, I was greeted by the very face I was most anxious to see. Captain Wentworth, which way are you going? Only to Gay Street or farther uptown? I hardly know. Are you available to accompany Miss Mediocre? Because if you are, I shall have no scruple in asking you to take my place. She's rather done for this morning and felt the need to get some air. Ah. A capital gun he was just going to send off. Yes, rah rah. Can't believe that's how he talks. He said he would keep it, unpacked it to the last possible moment that I might see it. And if I do not turn back now, I have no chance. I'm not going to do voices. I can't sustain it. Plus, I have a cold. Side note. I should be pleased to escort Miss Mediocre wherever she might like to go. Alone at last. I had meant to forget you. I even believed that I had done it. I imagined myself indifferent when in truth I was angry. I could not allow myself to see you in any positive light because such a light only made me suffer more in our separation. Yeah, wake up, Frederick. You weren't the only one. Your character is now fixed in my mind as perfection itself, maintaining the loveliest medium of fortitude and gentleness. It was your sister's fall that opened my mind again to your superiority and made me aware of my self-deluding behavior. I had tried in my angry pride to make myself feel for your sister, but it was impossible. I did not care for her. I could not care for her. When she fell, I understood why. My mind could not help but compare the two of you. Okay, I don't know if I want to marry this guy now. I don't like that he tried to make us jealous by flirting with our sister. Like he genuinely started to compare us. Ew. Fine, I get it. We are great. I don't blame you. I then began to deplore the pride, the folly, the madness of resentment which kept me from trying to recapture your love when fortune had placed you before me again. I mean, it is fate. You know, there's no way of getting back in touch with people. There's no social media, there's no email, there's no phone calls, or phones for that matter. I had only just come to comprehend my total lack of caring for her at all when I discovered I was entangled. As her feelings turned towards Colonel Brandon, I found freedom. You were single. It was possible that you might retain the feelings of the past as I did. Yeah. The way he moved in, perhaps I ought to have reasoned thus, but I could not. Wow. I was determined to see you again. I'm glad you remained, as am I. That's such a gentle love, like a gentle, unspoken love. Although, you know, he was very passionate in the letter. When Captain Wentworth returned to my life, I felt I could only imagine being his wife, but today that dream has become a reality. Though our relationship has been forced to be cut short when we were in our youth and had the vigor of young love, I cannot imagine a happier story than the one we have now. That's true. As I took his hand in mine, I was pleased to be living in a moment that exceeded my dreams and it overjoyed my senses. Congratulations! You have completed your story and unlocked ending 8. Mrs. Wentworth. There you go. Becoming the wife of Captain Wentworth ended years of misery and hopeless longing in a most unexpected and greatly desired fashion. I have found myself happier than anyone could have conceived. That's so sweet. He's all tender and affectionate and extremely complimentary and appreciative of us. Oh, right. The only downside is, as being a sailor's wife, we have to fear the dangers that belong to that profession. We also don't really have like an estate or anything, but who cares? We got the man of our dreams. Everything worked out. So thanks for watching if you did. This is an extremely long playthrough, so I don't even know how I'm going to edit this down, but I'll see what I can do. Follow me as I unlock the rest of the endings in this lovely story that I'm already missing because I know it's coming to an end. See you next time.